guys, welcome back to the channel. It has been roughly 3 years since I did my tutorial videos on the silhouette Cameo. Since then, I have gained tons of experience. I have done tons of projects, tons of merchandise that I never thought about ever doing. And the reason why you're watching this video is because I have been talking about it for probably over a year, that I am gonna start a series. I mentioned this on every other video that I do, and it is finally here. So this is the first video to my series, hashtag Never Sleep Hustle Hard. I am gonna get started today with a pretty decent, somewhat challenging process with the Cameo, which is I'm gonna be doing a mild design for the channel. I will be making some decals, and I will be making a t-shirt. This is not going to be 100% a tutorial because those are going to be future videos on specific items. So right now I want you to kind of hook you in and show you guys what the channel's series, hashtag Never Sleep Hustle Hard, is going to be about. So I'm going to be teaching you guys. I got tons of stuff back there and then a bunch of stuff over here that I will be teaching you guys how to do, how to make money on as a side hustle or at-home business like I do, and actually turn a profit. I have teamed up with a couple of really good companies that I have personally been doing business with for a while, and I'll bring those companies straight to you guys so you guys can maximize the discounts, so you guys can make a little bit more of that money than having to go to a retailer and purchasing it that way. And at the end of the day, with my videos, you gain the knowledge to actually make some really cool stuff, and at the end of the day, have fun, and more than anything, make a big profit. Let's get started. All right, guys, so like I mentioned, this is going to be more of a tutorial, just a showcase really quick and how easy it is to use the Silhouette Cameo program. I am running the Silhouette Studios Business Edition, and let's get to it. I'm not going to really talk too much. I'm just going to do my thing and then you guys watch. I already had in mind what I was going to do, kind of. I want to run the same hashtag, but I want to run different fonts. All right. So let me see. I already know which one I want for this one. See, I had clicked on it before. That one is a font that I purchased a while back. If you notice, don't screw up. When they're overlapping like this, the cutter will cut straight through that. So highlight this and weld it together right there. I don't like that this is oversized, so I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. That looks good. By the way, I will mention, I do have a friend of mine that I'm planning on having redo this logo or this lettering in a unique style. He's a tattoo artist, so this is simply just to show you guys. And let's see. Now I want a nice bold writing for this. One thing I recommend for you guys to do is go out there and buy fonts in packages. That's one cheap way to get fonts rather than buying one font at a time. I mean, I've spent as much as $25 for one font in the past. I like this one. This one's kind of bold. I would typically use the Benjamin, but this one goes good. All right.
let's put it like that. I want to focus the hustle hard part a little bit more, so let's whiten it up a little bit. Okay, let's add a little bit of color just to get a better idea. Next thing I'm going to do is convert this to a path, just because I don't want to add anything. This one's already done. I'm going to bring this to the front. There you go. That looks good. Next thing I want to do is probably curve this just a little bit. Something like that. That looks good. Let me use let me see, the warping tool to warp this a little bit more in a custom style. You can always play with these logos. What this does is gives you a slight option to modify the shape of the logos in a way that tilt doesn't offer. So if you tilt this, it just twists it. This gives you the option to actually keep it at a straight pace, you can almost say, or like a straight way, but it curves it. So and I always try to line these up properly to keep the shape on the writing. So in other words, this one will face each other. See how the little red dots are not aligned? That means that the font itself is kind of out of whack. If you straighten them out just like that from edge to edge, it'll keep the font kind of how it's supposed to be. All right, so the way that I always use is I use a square box, color that in black to imitate the background of a t-shirt. And that's how I get a better understanding of how I'm going to do this. So the next thing I'm going to do is offset this, paint this in black. Oh, sorry guys, I forgot. I had to since it's curved, it doesn't allow that, so I forgot. I have to make that into a compound path first. Make compound path. There it is. Now it'll allow the offset to stay in place. So if you guys notice, when I did the offset, it would put it back into a straight position. That's because it's still in warp mode. There we go. And actually, let me remove this. Let me group these. Put these over each other. Center them. I'm going to remove the red outline so that I can see exactly how it would look. Now I'm just going to find a positioning for this where you could still read hustle hard easily. So I have to bring this, even if I got to bring this up a little bit more. Okay. Now again, I'm not going to get this 100% how I would typically get it. I just want to show you guys the ease of use once you've established your comfort zone with this program. I'm just trying to find the right spot where you can still read everything. I think right there you can still read everything pretty good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make the hustle hard into a compound path so that I can stretch a couple of those nodes so I can make this S stand out a little bit better. Delete this point. So now I can go in here This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to bring this up just a little bit more, like that. I'm going to overlap this one, like that. And then I am going to do this. Messing with these nodes is basically what I have learned to edit in this program. How I've learned to edit in this program very, very well. If you guys go to my Instagram, you'll see the amount of logos that I have created, and all of that is with the Silhouette Cameo. So this is, I just got an idea, because the whole point of this is to hustle and make money. So this is what I'm going to be doing. This is coming as I'm going with this, guys. I haven't planned this logo out at all. What I'm going to be doing right here is putting, yeah, let me create a little bit of a money sign, something like a money sign. There you go. You can just as easily create a node right there, go back in here and delete that one. You can go in here and you know, zoom in very, very well and curve these, which is what I'm going to do, just because the whole point of this video is to show you guys how to do something professionally somewhat. Not really a professional, but I get by. So that you have that nicer contour. There's another way that I can do this. I'll show you guys on another video. It's basically doing the offset and then cutting it out from that specific color. It's just pretty easy to explain right now, so that's why I'm going about it this way. Oh, wrong node, sorry. All right, so there's those. Since I want the same thickness, I don't want to screw this up, so I will copy this. Let's duplicate it instead. That way I can just drag it down to the bottom. This is basically going from a from a planned hashtag to a logo. Basically, is what it's ending up like. Okay. This one I'm going to leave it alone. You won't really see that. All right, let's see how that looks. Don't like it. Don't like that one bit. So what I'm going to do instead, scratch that. I'm just going to run a straight rectangle through the back side of these. Sorry, I'm just gonna let me release this one first. I'm gonna weld this one. Send it to the back. I'm gonna bring these to the front. All right, I'll leave that alone. I'm fine with that. I always like to join these back up just because if for whatever reason you accidentally move something, it's always there. All right, so this is where it gets fun. You're wondering how in the heck am I going to get that? But look, I'm going to remove that from the front. I'm going to make sure that these aren't any way connected. I'm going to highlight both of them. Go to Object, Modify, Subtract. There it is. Make that into a compound path. Oops. One of them did not weld in properly. Right there. So, let's weld it. And weld it. There. So, on a lot of these, you might as well just remove a lot of these tiny little pieces because you will never be able to weed those. Even on the cutter, I'll leave those alone because those might stay. So just save your cutter a couple of seconds by removing all of that little small pieces. See how this is highlighted right under the teeth? That is basically worthless. I'm not going to waste my time removing that. Okay. So now, check this out. You could do your single color logo, right, like that, but that's not what we're here for. We're here to make something nice, something that is worth making and possibly selling. No, I get the whole point of the cash, but actually, let's do this. Let's have a little bit of fun with this one. Let's remove this. Let's group this. Paint that white. Group this. Paint that in white. And leave these in green. I like that. That seemed like something I would sport, but I feel like it's still missing something. So let's offset it. Sorry, I didn't mean to weld it. My mouse tends to skip. Let's offset that right there. Anytime today. I'm looking into making sure that all of these little things connect with each other, so I'm going to make this just a little bit fatter. There it is. I'll leave that alone right there. Okay, so this is one thing you can do. I'm going to put this halfway. You can keep it like that and do like a background. Say, let's say use a silver. Now, I always like to remove that red line because it throws off the designing aspect of it. And do like a chrome or something in the background. But one thing I have learned is to not really overlay as little as possible. Just because overlaying, it causes the colors to peel off a lot faster. Right, so I am going to add a little bit more of a custom. What happened there? I guess I backed out before I let it extend its length. Okay, let's see. A little more. A little more. Right there. That looks good. Make that into a compound pad. And let's add that silver. That I like. Let me remove the red outline. There you go. And then this we could change, to any, well, I'm still on outline, sorry. This we could change into any color, you want the green. That actually looks pretty dope. Put yellow, put any color you want, or any color that you have. But let's see how it looks with white. Yeah, I like how it looks with white. For sure, for sure. Okay. Let me show you guys a quick step on how to get a prop. Black t-shirt. Right there. Just grab all you want is just a prop, just so you can kind of size your logos. Copy image. Paste it right there. So one thing I like to do is accommodate this in real life. So in other words, I'm measuring myself. I'm thinking it's roughly, let's say 17 inches across from edge to edge, right? So I do a rectangle like that. I put it right in here, and then I like to get that shirt right at 17 inches because these are true measurements. This is actual true measurements, right? So that's 17 inches wide. It'll give me a really good idea on how much material I'll be needing, and so on and so forth. Usually for a shirt that's I'm a 2X, but I'm gonna be making an XL because I don't have any 2Xs right now. I ran out. Typically I don't like to go over 13 inches on a 2X, but on a XL, 13 inches is probably a decent size also, so you guys can see now. So I'm gonna do 12 inches. You know what? No, I'm gonna do 11 and a half so I can use, since this is gonna be basically a used up logo that I'm not gonna, well, maybe I'll use it, but that way I can just run it horizontally. See, you guys can pick a better picture that has more resolution, bigger, more pixels, but all I'm using is a prop. So that's the logo right there, 11.5. Let me trim it down just a hair. There. That should fit perfectly in the cutter, in the Cameo. So let's put some, I like to use black outline on here so I can see where I'm at. And it's going to be right, yeah, if it's right between those lines. Now remember guys, you are doing HTV. Let me put one aside for our decals because we will be making decals of this. And actually, let me start this off already. On future videos, I will be showing you guys tips and tricks on how to save material and get the same logo. But on this video, I'm going to show you guys just how to do it really quick and without absolutely any chance of having a mistake. So group, let's paint that one in white. Duplicate it and paint it in red. Duplicate it and paint it in green. and then center those all together, make sure they're identical. The reason why I did those three is because that's the three colors that are in this logo. I'm going to group everything. This is ready to be a decal. All right. HTV, horizontal flip. Very important. Even still, I screw that up. All right. I will be ready to send. I am going to highlight this to cut, go to fill, and choose only the white because that's the first color I'm going to feed through the roller. And it's highlighted. You can kind of see because the black lines are missing. I'm using, I usually just put vinyl matte. You could adjust everything to yourself, but I always have that one with all the settings. So as long as mine says vinyl matte and force 10, speed 5 is where I've always left it. Do not trust these settings. You have to know your own machine and you have to know where your blades are set at. This is the setting that I have mine at right now, and my blade depth for this specific vinyl that I'm going to be cutting, which is not sizer, I cut this at 3 on the blade depth, so I just adjusted it right now. All right, so at this point, let me explain to you guys how I'm going to do this, and then that way I don't have to go back into the screen mode. I'm going to cut all three colors right now. As soon as this white is cut, I'm going to release that and insert the green. And actually, for the t-shirt, let me show you guys. Sorry. For the t-shirt, you can go in because you put that separately. You could go in and save yourself that material. If you're doing multiple t-shirts, you know, you could do this like this. And what I like to do is put a couple of them to see in what direction I get more logos. So if you guys see right here, this is 11.7, so I wouldn't be able to fit these horizontally. For a lot of logos, it's better off fitting them this way. I get more logos and I fit them the other way. So I'm gonna leave these alone right where that's at, but only doing one right now, so that's what I'm doing. For these other colors, so I don't waste material, and since I'm only doing one t-shirt, I'll bring this, I'll curve it to the area where I will waste the least material. Let's put it like that. So that red will cut perfectly right there. This, usually I'll twist this. If I'm cutting multiple t-shirts, I will duplicate this and fit as many as I can in the least amount of material possible. So this is literally like an inch worth of material. I got 4 green logos, you know? So that's one way to maximize your profits. I'm just gonna go ahead and waste that bit just for the purpose of the video, and all my colors are set up. So I'm putting this to send, putting in the white. So now I'm going to insert the white, and then on the decals, let me explain the decals. I will put these straight like this. Make sure they're within the cut, with the cut outline. I will do the exact same thing. Run the sheet of green. Those I can't. I won't move these though. Hey, baby. These I won't move these. I will, you know, for a decal like this, you have to. If you don't want to ruin this and you want the placement exactly where it needs to go, you want to waste this material, unfortunately. I'll show you guys on the future videos a way to save that material because vinyl does get expensive after a while if you keep doing it this way. I'll cut a bunch of S's, or like in this case would be the little S's, dollar signs, and then I'll manually insert them before I finish the decal, and I'll show you guys that. I've had a lot of people ask me how I do 2 or 3 color decals without redoing the transfer paper. Well, that would be the way. So keep an eye out for one of my future videos. So once I'm done with the green, I'll click on the white, run the white, get this piece, then the red. See how all the little squares highlight every time, and then only the red. So yeah. So let's run the shirt first.
All right, guys. So you guys just saw me running the program, the Silhouette Cameo Business Edition program. I'm gonna be feeding the all right, the white just cut. I'm gonna go ahead and run this piece as my red. For this material, I'm gonna go down to a 2.5, because this is slightly thinner. While that cuts, I'm gonna go ahead and trim this piece of the white and show you guys how I do that. So I have a steel ruler that I like to use, and then I just kind of eyeball where the logo was cut. In my case, it's right here, so I'm gonna bring this about there. I line this up to one of my grid lines. There it is. And I like to line up the steel ruler to one of my grid lines. And I get my Fiskars roller cutter and I trim that straight down. That way this is always ready for the next cut. Let's weed this real quick. Hi, baby. All right, so I just kind of like to put this over the light. It'll help me look to see if there's anything missing. And so right now it looks good. Oh, you're so silly, baby. All right, so there it is. This one's ready. I'll put this off to the side. The red just cut. I'm gonna unload this. Usually I would save this piece, but it's wrinkled on this corner, so I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna go ahead and toss this edge, this little 3-inch piece. Don't be scared to manhandle this vinyl, because even if you get a wrinkle on it or anything, by the time you're done with the press, it flattens everything perfectly down. So don't be too scared, as long as you don't tear it. If you tear it, obviously it's a rip. You're not gonna be able to fix that, but. And then check this out. That looks good. Now I'm gonna run the green. I don't know, guys. I was gonna run the regular green, but I just kind of saw that green right there, and I'm having an idea. I don't know. Do you guys think it would look better? I don't know. Comment down below if you guys think this logo would have looked better with that green. But I'm gonna just go ahead and run this one. That literally took like 40 seconds. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my steel ruler right over this. I'm gonna look at where it's at. It's literally 1¼ inches. So I'm gonna put this up, straighten out my lines right there and right here. I'll hold that down, make my cuts. Now just put this aside and get ready for the next cut. There it is. All right, guys, so there is the finished product. Well, I'll line it up once it's on the shirt. But if you guys can see, we have a 3-color logo. Pretty basic, and I mean, we literally created this logo in a matter of minutes. So this can already be pressed on. All right, guys, so I'm gonna put the press on, so start heating up, and probably in about 7-8 minutes it'll be ready to press. So I'm just gonna leave this here. Now in the meantime, I'm gonna start making the stickers. So I'm just gonna pick this up when I have all 3 pieces on my table to cut for the, to weed for the decal. That way we don't waste so much time. All right, guys, so while the red is cutting, it's almost done. I'm gonna just go ahead and weed these 2 colors. Pay attention, sometimes some of the stuff wants to come with the rest of the vinyl, so keep an eye out so you can put it back down by hand. Okay, so this one's down here. All right. All of this material that I'm using is Oracle brand vinyl for decals. I actually get this at Adhesive Vinyl Supply. If you guys decide to go to their website, I will put the website down below, and I will also have a link on the description. If you guys decide to go and shop with them, use discount code StreetRiders209, all single letters, no spaces, and you will get an additional 5% off your purchase. Yes, they are the cheapest out there for Oracle brand vinyl. Actually, I have a couple of 150-foot rolls coming in. Might do a video on that. So there it is, guys. So we have the 3 colors, and we have the t-shirt logo, which is already ready. The t-shirt is already ready. So what I'm going to be doing on this right here is probably doing the red first, over the green, over the white. If I do the green first and the red, it won't matter because they're not overlapping. So I'm just going to do the red anyways. Reason being is because this one is almost as white as the blue one. This green one, since I cut it closer to the green, if you guys notice, it's got about an inch space, so don't accidentally cut the transfer paper at this width and then realize that you don't have enough for the full decal. So always measure them. See how the red goes past even the blue? That's one indication that I'd be fine with using the red as my guide or my initial color to use. I'm gonna use my transfer paper. I'm going to put the side that has the transfer marks against the edge. I'm going to line it up. I'm going to set it down. And use my squeegee. I'll put links for all of this stuff that I'm using on the description. I have been using this setup for the last 3 years. The first 3-4 months of me using the Silhouette Cameo and using a lot of weeding tools and cutting tools that just were not cutting it for me. I ended up adjusting and finding new ways, and this, what I have right now, is literally what I use on a daily basis. So I'm cutting the area for the transfer marks. See? So now, guys, this is a huge tool to have. I'll try to find some links for this because actually my wife brought these for me from her work a long time ago. I use these to flatten down all the vinyl because it's usually always curved and wobbly, so that flattens up. I'm gonna line these registration marks out perfectly. I always adjust the one on the left first, try to get it dead on, and then I match up the one on the right. So there it is. Now I'll just put pressure on here. Easiest way that I've learned to do it is to put my ruler there. Peel this off. Sometimes on certain vinyls it wants to stay, so you gotta help it. Bring this over and then with your ruler guide it all the way through. If you have an overlap like this and you don't want to get it stuck on anything, just use that same paper that you just put to put it on there. That way it doesn't get dirty, it doesn't stick on anything else. All of this explaining and tutorial stuff does take a toll on the time that it takes to make these. So trust me, I would have already done probably a good 6 pieces of this by the time I'm done making this one. That will be future videos also. I will show you guys how to mass produce. Lining these up. I have another way that I like to do my dual, triple, and 4 or 5 colored logos. That consists of a glass table, so I'll get that fixed up because I have to. We got a new dining table, so it went outside. See my point right there? That's staying behind. Give it a little bit of pressure with something. Usually your thumb will work though, but see how it stayed there with your thumb? There you go. All right. Ruler on the edge. There we are, guys. Very simple, very quick. And this is literally like a hobby. All right, guys, we are done with the decal. It is ready. And it matches this identically. They're literally the exact same size. So now that the press is nice and hot, let's go ahead and start pressing. I'm gonna grab a XL t-shirt. I like to use Gildan because for one thing, they are definitely affordable. Probably the biggest profit makers than any other t-shirt. But to be honest with you, the reason why I like to use the Gildan the best, aside from the price, is actually because they are pre-shrunk. The fact that they are pre-shrunk makes them the perfect t-shirt for any type of heat press. And the reason for that is because the vinyl logos shrink a little bit when you heat press them, but then they want to keep their shape once they're pressed. If you put a vinyl logo on a t-shirt that shrinks after you wash it, it will really get nice, and it'll get really ugly, I mean, but it'll get super wavy. On the Gildans, they still get a little wavy, but not that bad. All right. So I'm just gonna press it for a few seconds just to get some of that moisture out. I'm gonna grab my white because it's the color that helps me straighten out the logo. I like to put my logo about 3 inches from the neck, so I'm gonna center this out. And I like to pull the bottom of the t-shirt and kind of eyeball it from high to see if it's straight. If you stand back and you pull this up like this, you get a way better idea whether it's straight or not than if you just look at it while it's folded in here, because you could easily have this crooked. But when you do this and this line helps you visually see the logo, you get a very good idea on whether it's straight or not. So right there looks good. I'm pressing at 315 for 15 seconds. with medium pressure, I would say. Down there I have my old press. Got that thing from Amazon, just as I did this, but that one was a swing away. Man, I love that machine. Honestly, better than this one, because this one, I never burned myself with that one. This one I burned myself several times already, because I have to get inside there and move stuff around. I'll have links for these machines on the description. That swing away one, I believe it was 180 or 280, I don't remember. I'll have the link. And man, was that thing definitely worth it. This one was 187, I believe, and so far it's good. I mean, I have had no issues, but I like that one better. I'll have links for both of them on the description. That one down there, I would probably estimate a couple of hundred t-shirts for sure under its belt. So for the, and not only t-shirts, I mean lanyards, bandanas, a million other things. Okay, let's line this up a little bit. Okay, this one I'm only going to press it for a few seconds, just enough to where it melts. It releases from the transfer paper. And then finally this one. I'm going to release this. I don't want to go for too long on here anyways with these pieces on there, because they do leave a mark. So you want to remove them as soon as possible. Okay, now I'm going to run it for 15 seconds. I got it right before it dinged. And there it is, guys. T-shirt is ready. All right, guys. So there it is. It took us roughly, it's what, 3:30? I would say under an hour for sure to get basically the logo, the t-shirt going, custom decal, and you're ready to start making some money. I mean, if this was a logo that you're planning on branding for yourself or for a customer, this is ready to go. You could just make as many decals as you want. You could print out as many logos as you want for the t-shirts. You know, you could put a small one in the corner, big ones in the back. I will have more videos coming up on things like that, but let me show you guys the final result. And actually, so since this logo was for us, I'm gonna go ahead and slap it right here just so that we keep seeing it. I'm gonna go ahead and put pressure on the decal so that it's nice and gripped onto the transfer paper. I'm gonna go ahead and release it. If you guys get, oh, sorry. If you guys get this decal sticking to the backing, just give it a nice little snug extra release, and it comes along. See how the little pieces are staying? Just re-grip them, and they come right off. There it is. So I'm going to put it right here. I put this board on here because my daughter keeps messing with the printer, which is behind there. So it keeps her out. You know what? This logo is actually growing on me, guys. I think I'm gonna keep it. I am not gonna have that friend of mine do the redo it anymore. I like it. So this will be the new logo to the series. All right, guys, there it is. It was pretty freaking fast. I mean, this, I didn't really have this in mind, honestly. I just had in mind that I was gonna create something to show you guys how easy it was. And now I'm liking it. So I'll probably end up ordering t-shirts like this if you guys want to support the channel, and I'll probably modify it. I can never leave anything alone, so I might modify it with time. Maybe do like limited edition t-shirts with slightly other modifications. If you guys want to show the channel some support, you know, go down to the description side, click on some of the links for some of those products that I'm linking down there that are definitely useful. Possibly get yourself some merch, and I'll see what I'll be doing with this in the future. Obviously, this logo will be on here from now on, so I'll be doing some things and showing you guys how to go about turning a profit on a business like this. Or if you guys, this is not just for a business. If you guys just do this as a hobby, maybe you guys are in a car club, maybe you guys are in a huge car club, and you guys are always wasting money on merchandise from other vendors, you guys can create your own. If you guys have a small business and you want, a little side hustle, this is definitely the way to go. Very minimal investment. At the end of the day, going through some of those companies that I was mentioning, the Silhouette Cameo, honestly, is by far, and this is me just scratching the surface of what it does. I mean, I have only done decals and t-shirts and apparel related stuff and accessories. I have never done engraving, which it does engraving. I have never cut any kind of cloths, because I know that it cuts cloth, it cuts plastic, using that cutting mat, you could do a million things. I did do some invitations. I've done a few other things, but even I'm not a pro at that. I just happen to learn what I like to do with it, and that's what my series will be about, is basically dominating that and showing you guys, bringing you guys along with me and showing you guys how you guys can make some money. Aside from that, thank you guys for watching. This is, like I said, the beginning of the Never Sleep Hustle Hard series, and I will try to get out a video every week on a specific topic. If you guys have specific issues with your guys' either Silhouette Cameo relating to decals or HTV, comment down below. I will try my best to get at them. I have a bunch of other videos on other stuff, so I get a lot of comments, but I will try my best to get on them. Hit me up on Instagram. And all I ask for is just please give me a very easy rundown on what you guys want to do or what you guys want to see. And if I can accommodate that, I will start shooting videos. I have a few ideas on what I'm going to be doing. So please, guys, subscribe down below. Turn on the notifications for the next videos, and hopefully you guys start getting in with the Silhouette Cameo and busting out some nice apparel, nice decals that are sellable, that will actually turn you a profit and that you'll have fun making. So thank you guys for watching this video. Huge thumbs up to everybody that's been following me from the last videos. I get tons of comments still on those, so I'm very grateful for that. Thank you guys so much. All right, guys, thank you guys for watching. Catch you guys on the next video.